So the second part study of morphophonemics is dealing with added ed in the end of regular verbs. So here we are going to talk about two parts. The first part is the way of pronouncing this added ed in the end of each regular verbs. There are also three ways of pronouncing them, and second part is how to construct or how to put together with ed between ed and suffix ed and countable regular verbs. So firstly, let's talk about how to pronounce this added ed. Its mechanics, the way it's working mechanically is pretty similar as the added s at the end of each countable nouns. So firstly, let me tell you the three ways of pronouncing ed in the end of regular verbs. So the first way of pronouncing it is t. Second way is d. Third way is ed. So when you pronounce the added ed as t, like I said, it's the same as added s in the end of each countable nouns. It's if the regular verb ends with voiceless consonants. So in this case, you pronounce the added ed as t. So example words like stopped, watched, looked, walked, or watched. So you can see from those example words, each of the ending of those words are voiceless consonants. So when you pronounce the as the ended ed in the end of each regular verbs, you they ended each regular verb has each regular verb ends with voiced consonants. So each regular verbs end with voiced consonants, so in this case you pronounce the ended ed as the. So example words are like played, begged, and laughed. Right? You can check for yourself that each of those words ended with voiced consonants. So it should be pronounced as the. So the third way of pronounce the added ed in the end of each irregular verbs as ed. So in this case, when the regular verb when the regular verbs end with t or d as the last phonetic alphabet, you pronounce the added ed as ed. So the example words are like wanted, decided, right? So this is those three ways of pronouncing the added ed in the end of each regular verb and the rules behind it. So second part I want to talk about how do you construct, or how do you connect the ended ed with each regular verb? So first way of connect the suffix ed with each regular verb is basically add d in the end of the regular verbs. But under which condition, right? What is the rules? So it is when the regular verbs end with the letter E. So in this case, you just basically add the letter D that follow it. So example words like laughed, moved, right? So laugh and move, each of them has an ending with E. So you basically just add a D in the end of it. Okay, this is the first way for connecting ed with irregular verbs. Second way of connecting ed with irregular verbs is that you basically add ed in the end of each regular verb, and the rule is based on it is that when the regular verb ends in the last three phonetic alphabets of each regular verb ends in consonant, vowel, consonant sequence, you basically just add ed after the regular verb. So it's solely based on the structure of the phonetic alphabet, or types of phonetic alphabet, with the last three phonetic endings. So the example words are like stopped, wrapped, right? You can see here stopped. So the last phonetic alphabet are t, o, p. So it's a consonant, vowel, and consonant. So in this case you just basically add ed in the end of each regular verb. So the third way of connecting the suffix ed with the regular verb is when the irregular verb ends in the letter y. So verbs ends in letter y, such as study, try, right? So both of those two words are ending in letter y. So in this case, you basically change the letter y into I and add ed, or basically just delete y, add ied. So this is how it should be constructed. So like study, you delete the y, add ed, it becomes studied. Try, you delete y and add ied, it becomes tried.